The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Allen's pass.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the game's first play. 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Fielded at the 20. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Covington. That's into the hands of his running back, McFarland. That catch good for only a couple.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Anthony McFarland, his first carry of the ball game. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field in the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On 2nd down, McFarland. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. From the gun, Covington. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
5-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And the Washington 1st down.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Complete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
This is taken around the 12. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. operating from the gun. Covington, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From midfield, here's Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
1st down, Washington.
From the gun, Allen. That one is caught by Hunt. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. Room here to run. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you down.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that, and it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Covington trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
The kicker on.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Don't be scared. You smell that second draw.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On first down, Covington. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 34 yards to gain that time, another first down. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On first down, McFarland. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Second and 12 at the 28-yard line.
Second and 12. From the gun, this will be McFarland. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Operating from the gun, Covington. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. This is fielded at the 7. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it first and 10. Allen off the play fake. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Rose. And he's out right at the 25. An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards.
Washington.
Here's Allen on first and 10. And he slings one that's incomplete. Austin Eckler, the intended target. And now it's second down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Allen's throw is complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
To number 50.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Allen to throw once more. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. And again, it's Allen. Flushed out right. Throw right side, complete to Williams. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now Allen again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Allen. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say, we'll see what happens. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And take it right at the 35. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. To come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. McFarland. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here's McFarland. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Covington. Open man. Here's Foster. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 33. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Throwing on 1st down. Covington will get this one to McFarland out of the backfield.
Covington's pass.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the gun, Covington. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
1st and 10.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards, the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Hunt. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now they'll throw with Allen. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now Allen. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
Steelers.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Off play action. Covington. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Covington. Now they set up the screen for McFarland. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Covington. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. To throw on 3rd down. Covington. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the gun, Covington. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A pickup of 6.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
For the extra point.
And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Tied here in the fourth quarter.
That ties the game at 17.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
It's a gain of 10.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw, it's Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
On 2nd down, Eckler.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
1st down, Washington.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
A gain of 4.
As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
34-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On play action, Allen. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Allen's pass. Intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sidelines?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Back at his own 8-yard line.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. On the ground, it's McFarland. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next...
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will make it into the end zone. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Only a yard there, sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Throwing is Allen on third. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now a first throw here in overtime. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Covington looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. They're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. As you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Covington. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
At the 22-yard line.
They'll run. This is Hunt. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Third down.
Third and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter on for a very important punt here in overtime. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now, he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down. Running with McFarland. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Touchdown.